Good morning, everyone. This is Gail Dudley with your News in Motion. Today is Wednesday. It is March the 24th, 2021. And we call Wednesday Workshop. So good morning to all of you, whether you are traveling, listening by audio, or watching on YouTube or LinkedIn or right here at Facebook. Good morning, Kim Keels. Good morning, Shirley. Welcome to absolutely every single one of you. I'm so glad that you decided to join me on this morning and taking a portion of your day to get us started. Good morning, Laverne. So I want to just say welcome and good morning to all of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, Deborah Sneed. Good morning to everyone who's coming in here. Good morning, Adrienne. Good morning. Good morning, Diane Ladybug. Good morning to you. Good morning to every person who's tuning in. Happy, joyful Wednesday to you, Lori Williams Wallace. Good morning, Shadina. Good morning. Good morning. I seen you come on when I'm looking at it later, but I'm glad I was able to catch you coming on this morning. Good morning, Kimberly Graves. Good morning, Pastor Alex Williams. How are you? How are you feeling? Please, if you can, if it's not intrusive, just tell us just how you're feeling, how you're recovering. I'm praying that God is going to heal you completely. Good morning, Donita. Good morning to you. Good morning to every last single one of you. So happy to be here. And again, I am so grateful. Good morning, Doris Miller. I am so grateful that you chose to spend your morning with me, just a portion of your morning. Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Stephanie Burbridge. Girl, get ready to roll up that sleeve, girl. Good morning, Kenny Stanley. Good morning to you. Good morning, Hester. Let me hear from you and Kim and tell me what's North Carolina looking like. Good morning, Regina. Good morning, Deborah Johnson. Good morning. Good morning, Jacqueline. Good morning. Good morning. I just love the fact that you are up with me and you decide to tune in right here to News in Motion to see what's happening today. And I have some news, and don't forget, this is Wednesday Workshop. This is Wednesday Workshop. So good morning to everyone. And again, good morning to all of you who are listening either on the YouTube platform or the LinkedIn platform or Spotify platform. I don't even know how many platforms we're on now, but good morning. Good morning, Lee. But just to let everyone know, it is Facebook Live where I'm able to see the comments and interact with people. Good morning, Pastor Annette. So if you want the interaction, this is where you have to come. And you just go to Facebook, www.facebook.com. I see it says, I'm feeling better, slowly healing. To God be the glory. Praise God. And we're going to continue to pray with you, Pastor Alex. Good morning, Gracie. So again, y'all, if you want to get in on the action where everybody's interacting, you want to come to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/news in motion. So if you're listening by audio or you're watching it on YouTube or LinkedIn or anywhere else and you're thinking, well, what's happening? I want to be a part of that romper room experience. You have to come on over here to the Facebook page. And that's 7:25 Eastern AM every morning. Good morning, Latrice Jones. Good morning to you. All right, y'all, let's get started because I know all of our time is valuable. And yes, we are still trying to bring this down some, but we're going to see what happens. It may not happen today, but our goal is to happen when we come back after the Easter Sunday morning. We probably won't ever get down to 7 to 10 minutes, but we're going to do our best. You like this necklace, Latrice? I got this from this girl. She is a business owner for paparazzi. There's several friends of mine who sell it, but this person I bought this one from, her name is Latrice Jones. Yep, I'm part of Team Isaac, helping out with the autism, Team Isaac pieces. So yeah, that's where that's from, girl. Good morning, Awana. Good morning to you. All right, y'all, let me get to the news. Again, this is hashtag workshop, Wednesday Workshop. So y'all, the future of the post office. Here we go again. I don't know why he still has a job, if you ask me. And y'all know I give relevant commentary with the call to action mixed with the inspirational message. That's the way we roll right here on News in Motion. Good morning, Robin. Good morning to you. Lori said 10 minutes is not enough. Good morning, Davia. What's up, girl? I sent you an email. Yep, I got you working. Hopefully you saw that email 2 days ago. So y'all, listen, the future of the post office. He shouldn't have a job right now. He just shouldn't. I don't even know why he is still in this capacity. But listen, y'all, he now has announced a 10-year plan to overhaul the agency. He's talking about in his 10-year plan, longer delivery times. That's a plan? That's a plan. He's going so backwards because the way today is everything is rapid, everything is immediate. How are you going to go back to longer? What are we going to be on horses? Are they going to be on horses delivering mail? What is this? Are they going to be in a covered carrier with horse-drawn carrier? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? He says shorter post office hours. So when are you going to do this? So you're going to do this in the middle of the work day when people can't get to the post office? And he said he's going to have pricier postal rates. Dude, do you know Amazon can drop me something by drone in my yard in like less than 24 hours? Not even the next day. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. So here's the call to action for everyone today. Again, relevant commentary mixed with the call to action, mixed with the inspirational message. So the call to action is, we have to stand up for the post office. Number one, they employ thousands of people. And a lot of the people they employ are Black and brown people. So y'all, we need to do our research, and I've been digging into this and was looking at numbers, and I don't have the exact numbers yet, but I want to identify what's the percentage of Black and brown people working within the U.S. Post Office, and what do we need to do our part, and how we need to make sure that we're still frequently going, that there's a demand, so forth and so on, so that he just can't write the post office off, that he can't destroy it. Because I want y'all to remember this. It was the fact, especially in the middle of a pandemic, that we were able to mail in ballots, voting ballots. We do not want that to be taken away. We do not want that to be taken away. So y'all, let's not forget, and notice that it took him about 4 months to come back out with some other stuff. Well, what's happening? People are now starting to talk about the 2022 election. They're getting ready to talk about voting rights on the floor of the Senate. So this is what's happening. So y'all don't make the mistake that, he's just coming. No, this was intentional. And we have to be intentional in our response. Good morning, Patricia Lyles. Y'all, prone to sudden rage. This is the AP reporting. This is from the shooter, the murderer, the terrorist in Colorado. And when the officers were giving their report, they said that the suspect is someone prone to sudden rage, who was suspended from high school. Really? Really? So now we're going to start finding excuses. Now, let me be very clear. Mental health is real. I don't want to water that down. We've talked about that several times here on News in Motion. It is real. With that being said, then let's get to these gun laws that President Biden and other presidents have talked about previously. And let's move to make sure there's something in place so that just any old body cannot go in and purchase an AR-15. We again, call to action. We need to now call our representatives and say, no, we're going to vote for this, because the Democrats are ready to move, but the GOP is like, we're not, And so they started promoting, and they started putting their spin in that whole fear tactic that the Democrats are going to come and take your guns. No, Democrats have guns. Hello, somebody. So y'all, we have to be, this is where I want us to be as a News in Motion family, that we are so in tune with what's happening that when someone is asking a question or someone is giving us a spin, even if it's a friend, family member, we're in conversation, we can then offer them the truth and tell them, no, that's not what's happening. We're talking about the AR-15s, the automatic weapons, and then start listing all the places they were. You know, y'all, this is our call to action. So y'all, don't wait. Start calling your representatives now and say, this is where I stand. I am a constituent of yours. This concerns me. And this is what I see. Let's strengthen background checks. Why is that an issue? Why is that an issue to strengthen background checks? Good morning, John Gore. Why is that an issue? So that's where we need to go with this. But yeah, they're trying to spin it to say he was prone to sudden rage. But now, to me, it's premeditated murder. Because let me go on with this Associated Press reporting. He purchased his assault weapon on May the 16th, 6 days before the attack. So he purchased it and then he attacked. Isn't that premeditated murder? You bought it 6 days ahead. So where was your sudden rage 6 days before? Just questions. These are the kind of questions that we should be able to ask when we're reading articles and when we're hearing news broadcasts. Start asking these kind of questions. Y'all, use critical thinking when you're looking at the news. Don't look at the news just to consume it. Look at the news to ask questions. And then from those questions, then contact your representatives. They're hired to do a job to protect and oversee their constituents and the communities in which they serve. So I want you to be mindful of that. And speaking of that, we know we had the, what's that thing? We had the U.S. Census last year. And from that U.S. Census last year, y'all, it is this summer where all the redistricting will happen. Where you could live next door to somebody that has a totally different representative. Y'all, that's why it's so important that when things, now we got to wait another decade before we get the census again. But y'all, these are things that are important that we truly need to begin teaching our children and our children's children, say that real fast, so that they understand this isn't something that's just happening. They want you to fill out a form. This is something that is going to dictate what it's going to be like when we're talking about the Senate and the Congress. This is called redistricting. So this is going to be happening. Yes, Kimberly, redistricting will be a mess. It will be a mess. You already know that the numbers were down with the U.S. Census. The numbers were down and how many, it was the lowest ever. And yes, we were in the middle of a pandemic and somebody smart enough should have said, let's do this next year or the year after. Let's pass a law. Let's pass some legislation to move this to when we can get more people. Dana, I can't say that it's going to be very accurate because people, remember, and I'm going to pause here and go here. Remember, y'all, the libraries were closed. Things were shut down. We were in isolation. So the tool that people were able to get to were closed. They couldn't get to it. So imagine people who do not have computers. And to my understanding, the census was very difficult to complete on your cell phone. And then it also depends on what kind of cell phone you have. Do you have a cell phone that you have so many minutes and once they run out, it runs out? And so people weren't going to use their cell phone to complete the census. Schools weren't open for people to complete the census, for those who needed the computers in a public setting. So you automatically wiped out a whole lot of people who were knocking on doors because of social distancing, because of a pandemic. People were not opening their doors. So there's many factors here that we need to think about. And so even with this, we need to start strategizing to figure out, what do we do if this happens again? What do we do if this happens again? Because the strains that are coming in here now, my word, we don't know what's happening. So y'all, we have to be intentional about what it is that we do. And I took that word from my friend, Latrice Jones. She's always talking about being intentional. But I absolutely agree with her. With this, we have to be intentional. So we have gun control. NPR is reporting that President Joe Biden called on Congress to tighten the nation's gun laws. We hear this every so often, but we don't get anywhere. And y'all, the GOP kind of like locked that down. We're not doing this. So y'all, we have to get rid of that filibuster. They keep talking about it. They keep touting it around. They keep using it as a threatening platform. Either do it or don't do it. If you're not going to do it, let's begin to educate people. So we have this filibuster, we have gun control, we have voting rights. Y'all, we have a lot that's coming on the table right now. It's not time to sleep. It is not time to sleep. We've been talking about it, and I know I sent some of these before to some of you who requested it. We're going to put together a News in Motion template that you can use to reword, to send out to your legislators, to your lawmakers, so that it's just at a click of a button. You may make some changes of what it is you're referring to and send those out. Y'all, we cannot sleep on this now. Not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, I'm going to talk about how to have one-on-one conversations when it comes, and there's a formula to that. There really is. Yeah, there's a formula to that. So I will be sharing that on next Wednesday. So if you want that when it comes to being politically savvy, make sure you're on here next Wednesday. And again, we're here next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're not here Monday, Thursday. If you don't know what that is, look that up. And many of you were like, what is Monday, Thursday? Look it up, y'all. Look it up. Monday, Thursday, or Good Friday. We'll be back the Monday after Easter. But we'll be here the first 3 days of next week. And on next Wednesday, I'm going to talk about having these one-on-one conversations when it comes to being politically savvy. So there's that. The jury in Minneapolis, after a 2-week process that lawmakers were seeing over 320 potential jurors, the murder trial for the Minneapolis police officer who murdered George Floyd on Facebook Live in front of the world, he faces second and third degree murder charges along with second degree manslaughter. The jury includes 12 seated jurors with 3 alternates. Y'all, there are 9 women and 6 men. 9 self-identified as white, 4 as black, and 2 as multiracial. Now, even that disparity alone bothers me. 9 self-identified as white, 4 as black, and 2 as multiracial. That's disappointing for me. To be honest with you all, I cried when I saw the breakdown of who will be overseeing this jury. 9. Yeah. So the composition is more diverse than the state's overall jury pool, which was more than 85% white. So, but it still shows the 9 who self-identified as white, 4 as black, and 2 as multiracial. Yeah, let's sit with that just for a moment. That's disappointing. So, okay, y'all, the coronavirus numbers in the U.S., and I have some good news to report with this as well. Y'all know I go to the World Health Organization. Confirmed cases 30,636,534. Again, 30,636,534. Deaths 556,883. Deaths 556,883, Recovered 23,039,585. Again, 23,039,585. Before I go to the rest of this coronavirus, I want to go back to something. As Black and brown people, we have to stop trying to get out of being on a jury. And that happens a lot. That happens a lot, and I'm pulling some numbers for that as well. But that happens a lot. We're like, I don't want to do that, so we don't do it. We need to be in those seats. So y'all, when you get that in the mail, stop saying no. Stop trying to find a way out of it. Try to find a way to make sure you can be there. Y'all, we have to reverse that. We absolutely have to reverse that. And maybe we need to do a teaching on that as well. That's an honor to be able to serve. That's an honor to be able to serve. All right, y'all, as of March the 22nd, nearly a quarter of the U.S. population, that's 82,772,416 people, have received at least their first dose of the coronavirus vaccine. That's coming from the Center of Disease Control. Of that group, 13.5%, or 44,910,964 people, are fully vaccinated. So there's that. The government panel says that AstraZeneca used overly positive numbers. That's not looking too good. Then the rolling average of daily coronavirus 19 deaths in the U.S. falls. Here's the good news, y'all. It falls below 1,000 for the first time since November the 5th. So it has fallen. If y'all remember yesterday, I told y'all the numbers didn't even really move that much from one day to the next in the deaths. So y'all, this is a good sign, but listen. Still wear your mask. I don't care if you are fully vaccinated. Still wear your mask. Still be mindful and social distance from people. Listen, If they're now saying, and now they are talking about coming in the stores, they want to see if you've been vaccinated. We already have the tourist airlines, resorts, cruise lines that are saying we need to see that you've been vaccinated. So it's okay if somebody says, I'm going to have a dinner gathering for people. It's Easter or whatever. It's okay to say, have y'all had y'all's vaccines? That's not being disrespectful or rude. Now, my rule, Labor Day. But seriously, y'all, be mindful. Y'all, having a vaccine does not mean you're not going to get the coronavirus or you're not going to be a carrier. So use wisdom, people. Use wisdom. Use wisdom. And there's the nurse saying, wear a mask. Use wisdom. All right, y'all, Wednesday workshop. And then I have some follow-up because I have some serious numbers from Show Me the Money and an executive officer, all that. So let me finish this. This is the last week we'll be working from the planning process. So have your pencil and paper. We got time. Yeah, we got time today. We're pacing myself today. All right, y'all. So we have goals and objectives is where I want to get to. Nope, I think we did that last week. I'm sorry. Policies and procedures. What personal policies have you written concerning your goals, planning, and program structure? What are your policies? So often we skip over policies. I'll give you an example. When I do my one-on-one coaching with publishing, self-publishers, authors, or even business startups, entrepreneurs, I used to you could text me, you could call me, you could do whatever you wanted to. But I realized people were texting me like at 11 o'clock at night. They were like leaving me a voicemail at midnight. Although my phone was on Do Not Disturb, they were calling me on the weekend. And I'm going, this doesn't work. So I had to establish a business communications protocol, which on all of my contracts, on everything I have, there's a paragraph there that says when you can call me. And it says how long it will take me to respond to your email, how long it will take me to respond to your phone call. I even ask people, although it's a text message, because I'm spending time with my family, please hold that text until Monday. I let people know that I often do not work on Fridays, and that I will not respond to emails on Saturdays or Sundays. That's a part of your policy. And that was a policy I needed to implement. Because yes, entrepreneurs, we have access, especially now with remote, but we have to also put in a policy, let people know, we're not doing this. So even if they try to reach out to you and you don't get a call and they get upset, you can say, let's go back to my communications protocol. Let me go back to this policy so that you understand the policy. Yes, Kimberly, set hours. These are my set hours. So what personal policies will you have written out? You have to determine those. What are your policies? And those of us who are doing contracts, we should have a time frame. Now, if you do not complete this project, if you go quiet after 30 days, understand I can call this null and void. Whatever that looks like. If I don't hear from you after 3 months and I have your manuscript, guess what? I'm going to give you back your manuscript. And although you paid me a non-refundable fee, there's that. So even as a policy, have your non-refundable fee out there. Have the policy. If you have a return policy, make sure that's very clear what that policy looks like. Y'all, this is so important when it comes to business. And it's a business step that so many people miss. And it's one thing to be nice. It's something totally different to do your business. And the other thing and I have a weakness here, and I'll be honest, I have a weakness here. I love people. So it's so easy for me to be softened on some areas because I'm like, oh, okay, I understand. Let's keep going. That has turned around. And I'm going to tell you who helped me. My daughter helped me with that. And she's younger. She's 26. And she's my daughter. Of course, she's younger than me. She helped me with that. She says, Mom, why do you allow everybody to have access to you? She said, determine who's going to be the people who have automatic access and everyone else, they don't. And then she says, because again of who I am, she goes, Mom, these people aren't your friends. These are not your friends. And I know they're not my friends, but she says the way that I interact with people, I become so personable. She goes, Mom, that's something that's a great trait as a business person. She said, but then you have to have an in-between person to get people. And she goes, now it takes me a lot. And y'all know I told y'all about what happened with the coronavirus vaccine stuff this weekend. She goes, now it takes you, and when you're ready to get them, you get them. So my daughter has become that in-between person, because she has no filter whatsoever at all. So if you know within yourself that's not you, then you make sure you have that person who's going to be that in-between person. So that you're cutting all of those things off. You have to do that. Yes, Dominic keeps me together. She's 100. She keeps me together. And it's because, number one, we are in a business together. And number two, she watches me and she really does promote me. There was something I put out yesterday that she said, take that off of your website right now. She fixed it because she goes, I don't know why you didn't come to me in the first place. She fixed it and she put it back up there. She says, Mom, what are you doing? She said, we're not doing that. But she has my best interest at heart. So have that person. For me, it's my daughter. For you, you have to have that person. And that's a person that's even outside of your team. And y'all all know I have a millennial team. But my daughter, Dominic, this person is my go-to. And she will cut you off like there's nothing to it. She'll just cut you off. Yep. What policies need to be eliminated? Sometimes you may find when you're doing an evaluation of your business, your company, you're like, okay, this policy no longer works. So let me eliminate this policy. So you want to always be checking them at least every 3 to 6 months to see what policy needs to be changed. And then what unwritten policies need to be written? What policy when somebody does something to you, I shouldn't say does something to you, when something happens within your business and you're like, I need to have a policy for that. You need to write that policy right then and there. So stop what you're doing and write that policy and put that out there. And then put it on your website, put an update. I now have a new policy, or I'm rolling out a new policy as of April the 1st or as of May the 1st or whatever day you're going to roll it out. Make sure that you're rolling it out. And you really do need to give people 7 to 10 days, business days, to know that you're about to implement a new policy. Programs and strategies. What are your specific program areas? You have to identify. It is so important, and I'm going to use Lori. I'm going to be talking about Lori's nonprofit in a few moments. Lori Wallace Williams. She has multiple arms. So she has multiple streams of income. So in a conversation on last Friday, we were sharing with her, just you're trying to do too much with separating it. Bring it together under lifestyle. Pull it all together under lifestyle. And then under that umbrella, have your nonprofit arm, which I'm going to talk about in a moment of hers. Have your nonprofit arm, or what we call now social enterprise arm, whatever that looks like. So your profit is to some degree funneling your nonprofit, but you're also receiving funds from other people for your nonprofit. But you can't see what happens is sometimes we look schizophrenic. Again, I'll use me as an example. God has gifted me in so many ways. But the woman who did my website, I told y'all about her. She took her years. She wanted to get to know me. She wanted to talk to me. She wanted to find out. She was listening. She was joining things that I was doing. It took her, and she says, okay, I see your personality. I see your gifting. I see what you're doing. If anybody can pop up a website 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. But that person who massages it, and you got to pay for something like this. The person who's watching you, seeing your thumbprint, your blueprint, and then produce that package, you want it to look more like you. And she says, okay, you got too much going on. She said, so tell me about your publishing. And it was actually in our conversation, she helped me see what God had already spoken to me. All right, you're done with that. You're going to now just be the publishing strategist. So this is what you're going to do. So when she looked at everything, she said, everything you do is a media personality, even with the publishing. Because I kept saying, no, that's publishing. She said, no, it's still media. So she was bringing all of that around. And my daughter was sitting there at this meeting, I'll never forget. And she said, I've been telling her that forever. And she just didn't want to hear me. So you want that person to massage it, and you want to look at everything and not just try to put it in its individual containers. There are containers, like in your kitchen, You may have 3 shelves in a cabinet. You may have plates and plates and saucers on one level. You may have bowls, different sizes bowls on the next one, and on the top one, you may have I have glasses, another one. You may have serving plates up top. It's still the same cabinet, but it's different levels. It's different levels within that cabinet. That's how you formalize your business. You have different levels. Who is she? The webmaster. Her name is Molly Huggins. And I'll put her information. She's the bomb.com. She's out of Dallas, Texas. She is amazing. And she has designed some serious people's websites. So the fact that I could even get her was like, hello, somebody. She is amazing. I'll put her information in there. She's actually my Facebook friend. So if you're on my Facebook page, and you look at my friends, Molly Huggins, that's who she is. Huggins. Her name is Molly. What basic methods are you using to bring results? How are you bringing results, and how are you measuring those results? How are you bringing the results, and how are you measuring those results? If you're just putting out results and you're not measuring it, that's not helping you. There needs to be something to help you measure your results. For example, I'm able to spill out to y'all how many people we've served when it comes to food insecure. So what are the results? Okay, this is the money that was raised. This is what we sent out. Here are people who are still giving to those who are food insecure. So that's one. Here are the people who were dealing with rental issues as immigrant single moms. These are the people who gave X amount of money. Y'all know we gave $9,000 helping people that were without rent during the beginning of the pandemic. So we're able to give those results. We're able to go back and ask them, which we have every 3 months so far since last March. Okay, how are you doing? Do you need anything? How's your food? Do you have rent under control? Are you a part of a program? You're looking at the results. You're measuring the results. It's one thing just to give money. It's something else to say, okay, how is this happening? How are you coming along? Are you up to date with your rent now? Do you need anything else? What's your budget? How have you been working this out? Do you still have a job? So there's a follow up to the results. So you want to be able to measure that. If you're just selling your product all day, every day, the question is what results? So you go to your customers and ask them, how is this product enhancing what it is that you're doing? If it's makeup, if it's clothing, if it's interior designing, if it's consulting, how did my book help you? What was it about this book that drew you in? How has your life changed since reading this book? What is it like wearing the jewelry that you purchased from me? Are you able to wear it more than once? Do you need help with me to come alongside you with color and putting your jewelry and your things together? Nawana, I think she's still on here. Nawana could say, okay, this is what's happening with my weight loss journey, 49 years. I'm getting ready to upload 50. These are the things that are happening. Now that I'm going into coaching one-on-one with people who want to understand the journey and help them to get over this hump, how are you going to measure that? What are the results, and reporting those results back out? Mentorship, same thing. I've mentored, you could say, well, I mentored 9 young black male teenagers. This is where they were in the beginning. Here were their grades in the beginning. Here are their grades now. This is what they're doing in the community. They're now taking leadership roles. Measure these results, people, because these results are going to be needed the next time you do a pitch proposal. We talked about pitching, I think it was last week. So when you're doing another proposal, you want to have these numbers, you want to have these results. If you are pitching a book to a traditional publishing house, the same thing. Here are the numbers of the books that were sold. Here's what people are saying about the content that they're reading within my book. These are the people who are saying they're going to buy my next book. Here are the people who are now waiting. And here are some testimonies to follow that up. Okay, y'all? These are some serious nuggets I'm giving you. So I hope you're writing them down if you need them. I want y'all to know this costs some money. So please, I hope y'all are really utilizing a Wednesday workshop, because I'm giving you information that I charge some serious cash for with other people. But because we are family, I'm giving you this information. And I'm hoping that you are writing this down and you are utilizing it. We're at 8 o'clock, y'all. Hold on. methods of training that you're going to use, and what will prevent you from following these strategies. You have to be honest with yourself. Am I a person to keep the records? What's going to help me make sure I follow these strategies? And as always, if you want more of this content with me, just go to my website and book a session. There's that. All right, y'all, show me the money. Wired is reporting that YouTube, now we're talking about this, so I want y'all to hear this real quick. I promise I will be done. Give me just 3 minutes. YouTube is the biggest music streaming service in the world. Yes, it is. It's over Pandora, Spotify, and Apple Music. The problem is there's $424 million so-called unmatched royalties. And the people who are making the music saying, show me the money. I want my money, but the royalties are so high. I'll be honest with y'all. I'm contemplating pulling my books off of Amazon. Their royalties increase, meaning they get more royalty than me. They're using my book to make money and they don't want to give me my money. I'm really thinking about pulling my books off of Amazon. You have to use a strategic thought. I can just put them on my website. Y'all can just buy them from there. I don't want to be shipping books, so then I have to go figure out, okay, who can I get to ship my books? Well, Goodwill can do that. I can get in a partnership with Goodwill and let them be the people who ship my books. See, you have to start thinking, if you're losing too much money, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. So these people, they're saying, oh, no, we're not about to do this. So there's going to be a protest outside Spotify's office and YouTube offices asking for changes on how they get paid for streaming. That's what's happening. So again, the results, your numbers, what you're doing, you need to know what that is at all times so that you can respond appropriately. Kenny Stanley, same thing. Kenny Stanley, he's a barber. Well, at some point he'll say, are my prices competitive? What am I actually doing in this barber chair? Is this a ministry or am I making money? What am I doing with it? Am I going to start teaching classes? How else can I do this? So y'all know Prince Harry, he's like, forget all of y'all. He's become an executive officer. Yep, he is at the Better Up, which is a tech firm. Y'all, they got some serious cash. I'm sure they're paying him some serious money. So again, he's a prince, but he's looking at other avenues of what he can do. He's using his skills and talents to go just there. All right, y'all, here's one of our own. Yesterday, I was telling y'all about her business that set the atmosphere. Today, I want to talk about her nonprofit. The entire write-up will be right here on this thread. She's the executive director of Evolve Production Incorporated. Y'all, it's thebomb.com. Her mission is to advance the mission of community advocates through the production of art expression to bring awareness of social issues, inspiring healing, and invoke change. This is what she's doing. Her vision statement, purpose is more important than presentation. Hello, somebody. Under the Evolved umbrella is Tapestry Performing Arts Company, who creates the unique vision along with the community collaboration. She's written over, y'all, this is Lori Williams Wallace nonprofit. I told y'all about her interior designing yesterday, but this nonprofit got it going on. She's written over 25 original productions, including one commissioned human trafficking production toured in India. Hello, somebody. 2019. That's what she's doing. That's who she is, y'all. She's worked with over 80 churches and organizations, creating productions, collaborating with organizations such as the Ohio Governor's Office on Human Trafficking, the Salvation Army, Lifeline of Ohio, Central Ohio Diabetes Association, the Ohio State University, Ballet Met Columbus, King Arts Complex, the Lincoln Theater, Columbus Opera, and more. Hello, somebody. Y'all, she got it going on. So, she's currently raising money for the website development, marketing, and to create 2 new productions. One is Hidden Wounds. It's an awareness of human trafficking, suicide, drug abuse, domestic violence, mental health, low self-esteem, and more. So y'all want to really check her out and help y'all. Let's help get this funded for her. And I'm automatically, this is what I do, y'all. Automatically, I'm seeing Stephanie Burbridge Hall and Lori Williams Wallace when it comes to suicide prevention. Hello, somebody. This is collaboration, y'all. The other one is The Awakening of Art, Volume 3, where they honor 10 local artists and designers by bringing their work to life through arts. Y'all, her email is evolveproductions10@gmail.com. If somebody put that in there, I greatly appreciate it. Evolve Productions 10, that's with an S, Evolve Productions with the S1010 at gmail.com. Facebook, go to Evolve Productions Inc. and I'll put that up there. We'll get it up there. For the win, for the win. I have no problem giving this person a win for a second time. I give it to LeBron James all the time. And if you're doing something and you're making some moves, you'll definitely get the win. So for the win, for the win. This was a write-up. Several people have actually written up putting this person in since the last time she won. She only won a few weeks ago, but she's winning again, y'all. She's winning again, y'all. Her name is Demia Kandai. Hello, somebody. And the last person wrote, I know she has won before, but she has well worked to save the lives of many through her commitment through organ and tissue donation, and she has. That girl is serious about a Lifeline Ohio. Her work with Lifeline Ohio is why I signed up as an ambassador. So this person signed up as an ambassador because of Demia Kandai's work within the organization. Her work comes with many challenges in that our community has the greatest need for organ donation, but the least likely to sign up as a donor in the event they pass away. This person goes on to say she has a dedicated team, which you may have heard or seen me post #Team Kandai, who work with her to spread the word and sign up donors. She has worked with local celebrities like Angela Pace and national celebrities like Kim Fields. I was there with Kim Fields. Yes, and Demia ran that. The girl knows what she's doing, y'all, to bring awareness to the urgency of donation. Demia is significant, and y'all know the name of her organization is called Significance. Demia is significant to her entire community. So once again, yes, congratulations to a win, much deserved. So she gets the win again. Yep, she's that bad. She's that bad. Inspirational message. I'll be real quick, y'all. I want to ask y'all one question. What's holding you back? What's holding you back? Isaiah 48:17 in the Message, I know by now, I like the Message Bible, says, I am God, your God, who teaches you how to live right and well. I show you what to do and where to go. Y'all, God can and will release you from things that have held you bound. So what's holding you back? Go ahead and put that on the altar, put that on the table, and ask God to pull you through. Whatever it is that's holding you back, ask God to pull you through. All right, y'all, on next Friday, I'm not doing News in Motion, but on next Friday, I'm doing a workshop. And yes, it's on Good Friday, and I'm putting it on Good Friday. I'm being intentional with putting it on Good Friday. And the workshop is called Bold Moves. It's about making bold moves. If you want to sign up for that workshop, there is a fee involved. If you want to sign up for that workshop, go to my homepage, which is gaildudley.com, and there's a banner on the top of that. That's the banner that Dominic was telling me about. That's the banner on top of that. You can sign up right there. I just want to warn you ahead of time. It's on Good Friday, April the 2nd, for a reason. It's going to be a biblically based teaching, but it's going to be straight content on how you can make some bold moves. People have been asking me, how are you doing what you're doing? I'm now going to give you every secret I have in making bold moves. So if you want to sign up, men or women, feel free to do that. Hear me. I will be praying during that time. I will be giving you biblical content during that time. And if it's not for you, then send the page to someone else who's going to do that. Now, with that said, y'all, let's stay well. And remember, make some moves.